Hi there, baby dolls. I want to uncover a secret in the charts here with you regarding the CME Gap. Now, I was in the shower, and while I was scrubbing myself, I had an epiphany. I remember where we were exactly 4 years ago, friends. I remember there was a CME Gap in Bitcoin at around $9,200 to $9,400. And I remember in September, which was Rectember back of 2020, that gap was there and everybody was looking at it and everybody thought we're going to capitulate again, we're going to close the gap and we're all going to start the new third bottom of Bitcoin and go towards $3,000. And what I'm going to do right now is show you the recent CME Gap now. We have actually made a gap, friends. You see, Bitcoin closed at around $63,000 and over this weekend, we've come back down and we've touched around 59,800. So what I'm going to do now is actually show you that chart. Now, this is the chart right here. This is the CME, friends, the CUC Mercantile Exchange. And this is where it closed on the Friday. And where we are right now, if you can see, I'm going to draw a horizontal line. And I'm going to show you where we actually went and traded it. It was around here, somewhere around here. Okay, bang. So we actually came back. See this gap? This was the gap, friends. The gap was here. You see that gap around here? Well, we went back. We got bang. We've actually tapped it. Now, some people believe because now we actually have a gap here, right? So where we open, if we open down here, so we've come back down here. This is now going to open down here, and some people believe we're going to go back, fill the gap, and come all the way back down. Everyone thinks we're going to come back and just slice everything, and we're going to come back for maybe there's even, who knows, maybe you can find some other gaps lower, etc., etc. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to that chart. I remember that pattern. I remember back in Rectember of 2020. Here it is. This is exactly it, friends. This is literally the same thing. We are living it once again. I remember this time period. Bitcoin had gone up from the DeFi summer. Yes. And then we had this big crack. And what ended up happening was there was the gap here, right here, friends. You see that? That was the gap at around 9,600. 9,600, and I'm going to draw it here for you. And literally everyone was like, hey, man, there's a gap here around here, 9,600, wherever the hell it was. It was somewhere around here. Okay? And everyone was like, well, this gap is definitely going to fill. We haven't filled this gap. What ended up happening was, friends, interestingly enough, all right, we come back down here, liquidations, and we just stop. And then when we came back up here, everyone said, oh, well, don't worry. The next one's going to take us down. And what ended up happening was we come here, we just stop again. And then what comes next was Bitcoin makes its run up to the higher point. Now, this is the bull market starting. And you want to know something else that we just see? Look at this, friends. There was an actual, this is actually crazy. It does this little gap. It freaking goes up and it comes back, wicks this gap back down and goes up. It's actually wild, right? It's roughly closed around here within $10, etc. So we are exactly at that period again. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you where the Bitcoin halvening was. And that was around here. So I'm going to draw a vertical line. Vertical, friends, going up and down. So it was around May, right? You had the Bitcoin halvening. Now, where this gap dump was after the Bitcoin halvening, it was that Bitcoin halvening dump thing. It happened around 120 days. So it's around 4 months. What I'm now going to do, friends, is I'm going to go to our time period where we are now. And remember, our Bitcoin halvening was around April. Okay, April of this year. April, some people call it April, right? There's a couple of April believers out here. I want to see how far it's been since that Bitcoin halvening. And once again, let's go. Oh, it's about 113 days, man. We're actually, friends, when it opens on Monday, Tuesday, it'll be 117 days. That's spooky, man. That's crazy. After the Bitcoin halvening, exactly the same time period, the wrecked month happens, the final wrecked month before up only. That's crazy, man. You're probably going to want me to play some Halo music. We'll play some Halo music, friends. The Quiet Angels. And let's actually get some green candles cranking here, because this green candle will save us, friends. And also, we're going to have to spin the helicopter hat. That's what we're here for. All right? We're going to make it. We're going to make it. We believe. Now, it's weird how these things are lining up. You have exactly 120 days after the Bitcoin halvening, a CME gap forms, and everyone thinks it's going to keep going lower. You know, by the way, I'm not making up the guesses about what everyone thinks, friends. I'm literally all over Twitter. Because remember, Bitcoin's going to now open around here, right? In the day, it'll be around here. And then people still have that gap. So there's going to be a gap that's going to be up here. So now people believe, I'll draw it in green, just so everyone knows. This is what everyone's saying. Everyone's saying the next stop is 63K. And then next stop again is now we can actually flush the gap. That's what everyone believes. But that was exactly what happened before, right? I'll never forget this, friends. I still remember in all the telegrams, everybody here, this is literally insanely turbo bearishy. You know this gap here, everybody had this happening. All right, we're going to liquidate back down, and then we're going to come back down, and we're going to come back and double bottom and triple bottom again. That was literally everyone's scenario. Okay, you had the bottom here, you had this, and everybody was saying this zombie virus. This was a zombie virus. I said, well, you didn't trade much down here, so you have to go back and you have to retest it, and then maybe add another 1 or 2 years for the bear market, and then we can start to maybe go up. That was literally what everybody believed. We're going back down here. Look what ended up happening. We ended up going up instead. So that was exactly how it played out. And we all remember it while we're standing out here. Now, this up-only part, of course, yeah, we really want this. We go up here. Scaramucci starts buying up here. Then you even have this, friends. this giant gap ends up being filled back in the bear market. You know, that was crazy. It ends up coming back in that period as well. Wild time. So what do you think is going to happen, man? Do you think, look, it's 50-50. It's always 50-50. But it's just interesting, right? These CME gaps, these things line up. Where are we in the cycle? Well, this vertical line, that's Bitcoin halvening month, right? So here we are right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is pooped, right? In every other cycle, 2012, 2016, and 2020, this candle is green and very green. Okay, so I just want to show you that again. So that's the 5th green candle. Look at this. This is 2020, right? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty much here we go. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 around here. You're already going up, and you literally rocket the next month. Okay, so we have it here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, you start rocketing up. Everything starts rocketing up, and then you even go back again. This was just like literally up only. So have we seen the worst? I hope we have. We're like this defense is the worst cycle by far. It's the worst cycle by far. Halvening, you are literally, bro, you are down from your halvening after 4 or 5 months. That's not, Bitcoin's meant to be going up in that time period. It's not meant to be going down. You might say, well, but the ETF, and we're not even meant to beat this price. I know, we're not meant to beat this price. But then again, I will tell you once again, we are only this price. Why? Because we got robbed in 2021. We were meant to be over 100K. And then all the insiders, all the scamming and the China destroying everything. So this was like the worst bull market ever already. So this is not a strong recovery. This is like, hey, we got robbed so bad here that this now looks like a win. No, it doesn't look like a win, right? It's like somebody robs your house. Yeah, they stole all your jewelry and all the cash under your wallet and all your wallets, and they stole from your fridge. And they go, oh, wait a minute. They left all the food behind in the fridge. Yeah, but they stole everything else. Who cares, bro? It's not a win because you found the fridge and you got there's some grapes and watermelons still left in there. Who cares, man? Everything else is robbed. It's still destroyed. 3.5 years of altcoins down only. Everything else is still destroyed. So we're still hopeful though. We're still hopeful. We still believe. We've got that CME gap. Is it going to fill? Is it going to keep completing? Everybody's turbo bearish. Recession fears. You don't know, man. Like, friends, the demo craps, they know, man. They know, hey, if we're going to let this economy fall out, it can't be before the election. They might have to go, hey, it's time to turbo pump it. We'll see. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, or catch you in the next one.